This is Brian Rice with Shannon Gieber with
Hello.
Kansas City Knights. We're resuming our inaugural podcast with Patrick McBride of Hourcast. And we're just going to jump right back into where we were at, the attraction video that you filmed.
Yes.
Tell us that story. It's a fun story.
Yep. So I
don't hold back. We could edit this later if you don't. If you
fine.
feel.
I'll let it go. I made a video with a porn star. It was a music video. so don't get the wrong idea. I'm hung like a field mouse. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Anyway, so did the video with Jesse Jane, and it was, the band said, we're going to do like a movie story kind of thing, and the band isn't going to be in it, but you're going to be in it, and you're going to have a co-star. And we didn't know who the co-star was going to be.
So who's they?
So this is the label and the management talking about, this is what we're going to do for the next video direction, and you're going to have a co-star, and it's going to have the storyline, and the band's not in it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
how'd the band feel about that?
They seemed fine with it. Like, they were like, if it's a sick video.
Okay, so they weren't like, what about me? I'm not on camera.
Well, the first video was a performance video, which was really cool. That was called Freak Show, and that was filmed in a big circus tent where they did American Horror Story.
That's what it looks. That's the vibe of the video. Yeah, I remember it now.
It was in regards to celebrity, the Kardashians and Heidi Montag and these people that were real reality show celebrities kind of thing.
Heidi
That's
Montag,
what was poking.
wasn't she the madam of, she was the pimp or the madam of the Hollywood prostitute?
No,
who was that? Heidi Fleiss. That's Heidi.
That's Heidi Fleiss.
I'm thinking of Heidi Fleiss. Never mind.
Brian's got hookers on the brain.
That's amazing that you brought that up.
No, she was. I can't even remember what show she was in, but she was the one who was famous for getting all the plastic surgery done.
Okay.
And basically showed up the next year on the show looking like very different, and people kind of lost it.
So was Jessie Jane hot? I mean, when she came out in the video?
No, wait. Sorry, do you mean like the video is one thing, but in person? I think that's the real question.
Yeah, in person.
Yeah, and very, very super sweet. Had a couple kids and a husband back home. I think he was in the industry as well. That's why it went over.
Hey,
but yeah, she was super, super nice. And
there it is.
Oh, there we go. Right there.
We are about to watch it live.
Attraction.
Look at this asshole. What was cool is I had a... so, yes, that's a burlap sack, and yes, it was very hot. Now, I'm going to preface this with, you don't really know what's going to happen. Little camera shot under the burlap. Oh. And I look at me and I say, you put way too much eyeliner on. Oh, okay. Pause.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
All right,
so you did have a lot of eyeliner.
I did not put that eyeliner on myself, and I didn't know, like, are they putting more on for the camera, or like what's going on? But then when I saw it in broad daylight like that, it's like too much fucking eyeliner. But that's just my 2 cents. Now, I will say this before we continue to play. The guys in the band were off camera, and that slap shot that she did, there were like 7 previous takes to that. And she would recreate that walk, bang off the head, smack.
Shannon's rewinding it now.
So she would recreate the smack,
now,
and it was about 8 different takes with different angles.
Did your drummer have his hands in his underwear during this whole time?
He may have been doing something different, but yeah. So so this is this whole thing, and boom. Man. And they got a nice little...
Did she make physical contact?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Did you see the other side of my face shake?
Okay.
Look at a young you,
and she kept saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so
sorry. That's a 35-year-old Patrick in that?
That's a 35-year-old Patrick, yeah.
Wow, you got a comic book, too. That's great.
And it's an Hourcast comic book.
Yeah. Jesus. Them old fashions.
Too many. Too many Percocets. So this... so the guys in the band, of course, were loving. I think, is this when she whips out the drip? Yeah.
What city was this shot? Because I lived in Simi Valley for a while.
This is outside of LA. A couple hours outside of LA.
Because I lived in Simi Valley, and it looks like
a lot of shit
the
gets shot out
hills
there.
Simi Valley.
Yeah, it's
or more like Solvang.
So this part's cool. So the premise of this video is, you'll find out later, but she drugs me. I wake up. drugged and I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and I wake up in shackles, and she proceeds to torture me. But look at her. I mean, she's so great on camera.
AK-47.
It's hard to make me look anything but scary, but she looks great on camera.
Yeah. No, that's real nice.
So what else about this? So those shackles were lightweight plastic, so it was hard to act like they were literally giving me any resistance. But it must have taken like an hour, 2 hours to get these shots, maybe more. And those things were freaking chafed my wrist so bad. I had to put my wrists in a cooler. I was just shaking. Okay, so here comes the first gunshot.
Oh, Christ. Bro.
All right, so...
You're getting lit up.
All right, so what happened is those are called squibs. And so they're the little things that go into your clothes. They're a little
blood
explosion.
packets, yeah.
Let me preface this. This is where she's going to inject the bottle. Let's see. This is where she drugs me. Let's see.
Oh, and so in the song, this is like, bitch, you fucking drugged me.
There's another funny little anecdote from the set. All right, here we go.
She is hot.
Yeah, here we go. So here she's injecting a bottle. And why is this shit always green? Everything you see somebody inject, it's always green. So the director's like, now push it in, now pull it out. He's like, okay, stick it in, pull it. He had her do that take a number of times with the syringe, and I was sitting on the bed in the other room, and I was like, she gets that direction a lot, I think. So the squibs are these little explosive packs, and there's wires that go down your leg, and it goes to a guy with a switchboard, and he fires off the squibs. Well, you're supposed to wear a wetsuit. But they didn't have a wetsuit for me, so I had to wear...
Oh, my God.
Just these things next to my skin, and right there where they lit me up with like 30 of them.
Yeah.
It was so...
Did you have welts and
full
stuff?
painful. They were like, dude, we don't have the wetsuit, but this is what the stuntmen do. Like, you gotta, and I was like, fuck it, it's rock and roll. Had a few shots, just said, bring it on.
Good for you. It is rock and roll. That's what you do.
Yeah, it was a great
and
time.
that was the end of the video right there. That was real nice.
Thank you.
That was real nice.
It was wild to shoot. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wild. I thought it was really cool. There was supposed to be cooler shit. Like I was supposed to be hanging off the front of a car at one point. And somebody must have thought that was too much of a liability to pull that off.
Well, you're a stuntman, so
I'm
it's
like, I'm
no
gonna be a
problem.
stuntman.
No prob, Bob.